What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over today's trading recap and how I made a little over $350 trading NQ. I trade a very simple zone-to-zone strategy that I think a lot of struggling traders can learn from and implement into their trading. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing I do pre-market every morning is I'm marking out on the 15-minute previous day high. As you can see, I take from the very top of the wick to sort of either the next top of the next highest wick or sort of the body. Same thing here, prior day low. These are my two main zones that I'm marking out every single day. Super important. I don't see a lot of other people online talking about this, but it's two really big confluences that tell a huge story in the market every single day. And then on the hourly, once I do that, I go on the hourly and I'm marking out sort of hourly levels. Since we were in such a big range yesterday, there wasn't a whole lot to mark out. This was the only one we really marked out, which was sort of touch, and then touch, pretty basic. And then we also mark out pre-market high and pre-market low with black levels instead of zones. So getting into the trade itself, so at the beginning of the day, we sort of reject this initial prior day high, get below the pre-market low, and then come up and retest it for a huge move down. I'm pretty frustrated in myself that I didn't end up catching this because it is excuse me, it is definitely a trade that fits well into my system. As you can see, we broke the pre-market low, came up and retested it with the EMAs and got a huge shoot down. So I'm pretty bummed that I actually missed that trade. But good news is we did catch a further move down, and I broke down exactly how we caught that here. So what ended up happening is our hourly zone that I showed you about earlier, we broke through that very cleanly. We broke through it without really any bounce at all. So I'm expecting when we come up to retest that area, we're likely going to move down and reject it and come back to our lower zone down here. So, and that's exactly what ended up happening. We break it, we come up and we break and retest the 1 hour zone on a weak trend day. We enter at rejection of the 13 EMA on a lower time frame, like the 2 minute. So I entered right here where we got this nice rejection candle off of that zone. Under the 13 and 9 EMA, we get these wicks here showing that we're not going to go higher. So I enter right here and catch this really nice move down. And then I exit at the next zone because I like to trade between zones. Like if we reject this zone, it's very likely that we're going to make it again on the hourly to this next zone area. It's not likely that we're going to just like bounce sort of in the middle before we get to that next area, even though I am trimming half of my position about halfway through the move down. So that was the trade for the day. I actually did take a little bit of a scalp bounce right here as well because this price action, like this kind of doji candle and then this strong candle on higher volume, looked really good for a little bit of a move up. So I did catch a little bit of a bounce there, but then I actually did end up taking a losing trade as well. Once we broke through this zone, I got a little bit greedy and tried to go short around here and then ended up getting stopped out on this move up, which was kind of frustrating. But again, that's just another reason to stick to your rules and not chase trades without a strong system behind them. So that's pretty much all it takes, guys, is really just marking out your zones, breaks and retests, zone to zone trading, keeping it simple, not overcomplicating things, and you can make a lot of money. So that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. Let me know if that was helpful. And yeah.